Hello dear students. In this video, I'm going to tell you about leadership. Leadership is another element of directing. We have discussed two elements of directing, which is motivation and supervision in previous videos. So leadership. First, the meaning. Leadership is the activity of influencing people to strive willingly for mutual objectives. So, in general, when we talk about leader or leadership, if I ask you to Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Kumar Modi is one of the leader. You may also think Gandhi ji as leader. You may also think Hitler as a leader. So these names are of different leaders. But what they do, they influence people. Okay? They influence people. They have followers. They have ability to influence people, and they bring some kind of change in their behavior. So, leadership is what? It is about influencing people for mutual objectives. Leadership also indicates the ability of individual to maintain good interpersonal relationships with the follower. The leader, only the leader who has good interpersonal relationship with the followers, that leadership proves as an effective leader. It is a interaction between leader and his followers. But all of this activity, the process of leadership, it is for achieving the common goals. So, what is leadership? It is a process of influencing behavior of people at work. Okay, when we talk, because we are studying this topic under business studies, so it is the process of influencing behavior of people at work. For what purpose? For again achievement of some specified goal. Now, what importance of this leadership? It is first, it helps in inspiring and guiding the employees. So here, the leader who is always in the direct contact of subordinate, he can always motivate employees for higher performance and achievement of goal. Okay, so that's why he acts as a sometimes he acts as a guide, sometimes he acts as a motivator. So these two are very important because he guide them in right direction. For what? For achievement of organizational goal. Now next, secures cooperation of members of organization. Workers or employees, they should work as a team. Cooperation is highly required. So leader, he tries to secure the willing cooperation. By himself, by themselves, employees cooperate with feeling of enthusiasm and with the spirit of teamwork, and leader tries to convince the subordinates to develop this spirit of teamwork, and the goal can be achieved when cooperation of all the employees is there. Next, it creates confidence. Leader creates confidence. Why? We sometimes employees, they have different hidden talents or any hidden qualities. So the leader should be, or leader of employees, and encourage the employees to highlight and he tries to boost the confidence of employees, that like with some encouraging speech, like you can do it, you have that capability, like this he tries to provide him this psychological support and confidence in the employees. So leader tries to create confidence among employees. Leadership is also important to improve the productivity. So every organization, they have different kind of resources, like uh, physical resources, financial resources, and human resources. But the problem is to channelize these resources. So it is only possible, and it is only possible with the cooperation of the employees. So when these resources are efficiently utilized, then only the productivity of the organization improved. Okay, so leader develops cooperation. He develops cooperation, confidence, and motivation among employees for maximum utilization of resources. And through maximum utilization of resources, productivity can be achieved. Now, next importance, it improves job satisfaction. So job satisfaction, like if any employee who is working in an organization, uh, he the only some other things also, like working condition of the organization, behavior of manager, if these are supportive, then these are these can give him job satisfaction. So leadership helps the employees to take right decisions. See, every manager is a leader. So the behavior of manager, if it is supportive, then he can be considered as good leader, and this will ensure the manager to follow a pattern. Okay, and this guidance, and they provide guidance, and this guidance brings job satisfaction to employees. Next, it also improves team spirit. So team spirit, or the collective effort, or group cohesion, it is also known as group cohesion. So this thing, uh, the leader always guide employees, or always guide subordinates to give importance to group goal. As we have discussed that the group goal should be given preference over individual goals. So every employee come in organization with individual goals, but all the employees should think about group goal or the organizational goal rather than individuals. So leader, he guide the subordinates to give importance, or to share the common goal and work collectively. And if common goal is achieved, then individual goals can also discuss styles of leadership. Here, as you can see, there are three types of leadership, three styles of leadership. They are autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire. So you are looking at pictures belonging to this autocratic, Adolf Hitler, and Obama for democratic, and Mahatma Gandhi for laissez-faire. So these persons, these are the leaders, but they have adopted different styles. These styles are autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire. So we'll discuss here the different styles of leadership. The first, autocratic leaders or autocratic leadership style. So who is autocratic leader? This type of leader gives order and expects that his subordinates obey those orders as it is given. Okay, he doesn't seek any kind of discussion. He doesn't want any kind of advice from subordinates. So as it is here, this thing this is the graph or the diagram for autocratic leadership style. So leader is at center and he is connecting with different subordinates. So leader is at center here. Being at center in the graph, leadership or the leader here, he makes all the decisions from himself, and he will not consult any of the subordinate. He is the person who will not tell about his future plan. He will give his orders. He doesn't want, and he expects the subordinates to obey them. Okay. Now when it is to be applied, so it is best applied to situations where there is little time for group decision making. Okay, when the in where there is only leader is the most knowledgeable person, most knowledgeable member of the group. So there the autocratic leadership style to be followed. So that's why we have seen Hitler, because Hitler is autocratic leader because he always gave order. He always gave order, and he expected subordinates to obey those orders. So he was adopting the leadership style. Now next is democratic leader. So democratic leader, he is opposite of autocratic leader. So in this type of leadership style, leader gives order only after consulting the group. Okay, and work out the policies with the acceptance of the group. He will seek information, as you can see in the wheel here. So leader is here and he is connected with, he will take decision, but he will take decision with consultation of all the subordinates. So this style of leadership, it is to be applied in the situation where group members are skilled and they are eager to share their knowledge. And when we should not follow this style of leadership, when time is important, because when you are discussing the things among members and after discussion you are going, so there we should not follow the democratic leadership style. Democratic leadership style, this can lead to communication failures and sometimes incomplete projects. Can you tell any benefit of this democratic style of leadership? Yes, you are thinking right. Democratic style of leadership, it boosts the morale of employees. They feel belongingness in the organization. So it is helpful there. It is helpful to motivate people. Now next, free reign or laissez-faire leadership. So here the leader, he provides support as a supportive system, as a support system. He will be in the group, and he will give complete freedom to subordinates. So he depends largely upon the group to establish its own goals. Here goals are determined or established by the group, and they will work out its own problems. So group members, they work themselves as per their own choice and competence. Everything, okay, what is the requirement of, as per the requirement of group, he will bring every kind of information for accomplishment of the job. But here that's why I said कि this freewheeling leadership style, the leader act as a support system, and such type of leader, he avoids to use his powers. So these are three styles of leadership: autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire. Thank you.